Hi guys, how you doing there? I've been mulling over some current events going on right now. So, my take tonight on the Roe versus Wade abortion debate. You know, I started in law in school at that in history. When I was reading the case about Roe at that, okay, it came at the moment that when America was changing, okay, in the 1960s, when sex was now available, birth control, and also that abortion because back then, now the social norms are different now. You can have sex now outside of marriage. Before, you got to keep it behind bedroom doors, or between married couples. But society has changed back then, and it's now led to the 21st century that now before you can officially get married, you move in to experience that what I call is that you try to merge with your partner before the official thing happens because that I say social norms changed. Back then, people were more controlled and controlled their actions. So that's why the '60s brought you because people were not trusting authorities anymore. They're not the baby boomers were not trusting their parents anymore. They want to change the world to fit what they think it's modern. And the baby boomers back then were more inclined to that to get rid of the social norms because they see it's archaic, and they saw that there's the social norms and a lot of negative things about it. That's why leading to that thing, it was a controversial thing because it was the right of choice or the life or the in the belly of the woman, which is right. Okay, medical things. That's why he leave this to the medical people to decide. Back then, a lot of doctors don't do abortions because most of them were, most of them, they were like, most back people back this like, it's just it's a HIPAA value. The HIPAA law and the oath you take, you save a life. Taking a baby back then, that he must be under special circumstances. Okay, as you say, the abortion says rape or it isn't the health of the woman because there's some special circumstances like that, like let's say there's ovarian cancer to that, okay, or something like that, or there's a blockage if the fetus grows in the uterus, like where the uterus section of that, where the eggs go, that'll be we call this there's a medical thing, it's a medical fact. That's why they had to remove the baby because of it might cost them the mother's life. It's very controversial, but it's only a small percentage was happening. But mostly that, okay, it's also a majority of it that, okay, of this that is this. We call this it's and it's a woman's right to choice because if you're single and there's no man because it's an accident, us men are rascals, okay. Obviously, because after we impregnate somebody, most of us think, screw that, and I don't want to take responsibility for the child. You leave the poor woman with a child. It's a selfish reason. That's why we call this that, I say the social norms changed back then. Okay, men that use birth control with condoms, but not a lot of men use condoms because even though it was available back then, because prophylactics. You know why? We're too dumb. We're too selfish. That leads to consequences. I don't want mothers, and we call this, and that's what happens. And plus the divorce rates. So most women decide to we call this is it's their choice, okay, to end the and end of life before so they can have a second chance. And that's the thing, second chance of that we call this that is over a child's existence. How you combat this guy, right? And it's not they passed a law, so all clinics that will take you in regardless of choice. What happened to you. There's no judgment there. Okay, it's being because there's a social norms, but the social norms are gone. So that's the thing with that. Okay, that's always still a tough issue. But for me, we call it that in it's we call it's a tough choice. Okay, okay. Besides being not being a woman. Okay, but here's the thing. Consequences happen with these things that so there'll be a drawback to that. There'll be we call it that there'll be something like that. It's about, and it's, as they say, the states, the states that has to decide this, okay. But I think the overall thing is this: we should change. Okay, it's a check on. We should, we should go back to old Christian values already. This is a mark that we have lost our way. This is the consequences of that of wrong choices, because we know what we call it that we lose some morality in society. So we call this. This is not gonna go away, folks. Okay, it's not even though abortions are going down, like it's supposed to say they say, but I think we should go back to what we call this support, but mostly Christian values. I think we should try to get the family back together again. We should find a way that for the next generation, we should teach the next generation that what's the importance of that of consequences, especially children. And that's the thing, that's the only thing to combat this. You cannot pass a law to change people's norms. You know, and especially right now that the school's not doing their jobs. Okay, they're confusing us than teaching us. So it's better that it's a job of because the parents and the individual churches of that, which most churches are scared to do, because you know why? You go against you preach against government policy, they remove your tax lien, your tax exemption. It's time for us to think about this. It's time for us to get some parents that to get some of us to embrace the fact that we must go back to Christian values, or any other values that protects life. And that's the thing that's going to stop us. That this is only a sign. It's a sign that we call us that we call us you know it's not the if I said subject everyone to read the law, why those ruled. It's kind I read it. It's kind of like shaky a little bit, but at least it was past that time when it was normal. But now people are waking up. Okay, they're waking up to the fact that this is what happens to that. We call this a child's life is going. Sad to say that even it's not woman's choice. It's a woman's choice that her main objective is end that life for her to live a second life. Is it worth is it worth the sacrifice? And you see a woman out there said, "Oh, I had 5 abortions. I don't care about that." You know, for me, that she because that woman's whoever that person is a sociopath. You know why? She doesn't. We call this. She has the responsibility to use birth control, and she never used it. Okay, that person there that we call is that I don't that person is a sociopath. Okay, if using abortion as a birth control, people, we call us that you're not controlling your actions. Every action has a consequence. So this ruling happened. I think the reason is I think it was time that maybe it's divine providence telling us, wake up, guys. This is we call us you see sex everywhere. That use your brain. Use don't engage in one. Don't participate in one if you don't have any birth control. Okay, you look around. AIDS right now is we call this the advertising AIDS things that. You know why? Because people there are not responsible. That's what's going on. Okay, guys, that's my rant for tonight. I hope that we call this that look both sides of the issues. That nothing between them is not right, but it's only God's decision of that. And I let them, don't judge those people that had abortions. For me, that's God. That's between them and God. Okay, we can only judge our life. Okay.